Yeah, they need to update everything.
So everybody stand by.
Straight ahead on a digital edition of the News at 5. 25 years ago today, a Columbia man vanishing without a trace. All this time later, the reward for information growing, and Shelton Sanders' family is determined to crack the case.
After the remnants of Tropical Storm Arthur passed through yesterday, we're looking ahead to an absolutely beautiful Father's Day weekend. We'll talk more about it coming up. This digital edition of the News at 5 starts now.
Live from the Fox Studios in Columbia, it's Fox News at 5 Local First.
Well, 25 years ago today, one of the most confounding missing persons cases in this region started unfolding. In June of 2001, Shelton Sanders simply vanished. For his family, it has been a quarter century of never-ending questions, heartache, and a search for answers. Our Kara Daniel talked with the family today and investigators about how they still hope someone will come forward with information to not only crack the case, but bring some justice. Kara, what was Shelton's sister able to tell you?
Brian, when I talked with Wilvaria Sanders, it was clear that her family has never stopped searching for answers or for justice for her brother. She tells me that even 25 years later, the pain and confusion of not knowing what happened still feels as fresh as the day Shelton disappeared.
25 years. That's how long the family of Shelton Sanders has been waiting for answers. On June 19th, 2001, their lives changed forever when the 25-year-old walked out the door and never came home.
He had dreams, he had ambition, he loved his parents, he loved his siblings. The night he went missing, he was with the suspect. They were scouting for hotel rooms for an upcoming bachelor party for Shelton's best friend who was getting married July of 2001.
Wilvaria Sanders is talking about Mark Richardson, the last person seen with Sanders. That night became the start of a mystery that remains unsolved a quarter century later.
And Shelton's job actually called our home and said, hey, Shelton didn't show up for work. Is everything all right? He's never missed a day of work.
According to investigators, Sanders' cell phone and credit cards were never used again after that night. There were no calls, no purchases, and no signs of where he may have gone. Then, in April 2003, the car he was driving was found abandoned at a Northeast Columbia apartment complex. 2 years later, authorities arrested Mark Richardson and charged him with murder. The case went to trial, and prosecutors argued Richardson killed Sanders. The case ended with a hung jury.
You know, I know with Mark Richardson when he said, you know, he put his hand in his face and he's like, how do I explain getting rid of a body? Well, I mean, why would you need to explain unless you got rid of a body?
But without a body or murder weapon, jurors couldn't reach a unanimous verdict. 7 jurors said guilty, while 5 were undecided. Richardson was released. Every year that passes without answers is another reminder of the brother, son, and friend who never came home.
He was funny, he was ambitious, he was kind, caring. He loved people. That grief, that hurt that still lives within me, and that's why I fight every day to bring closure.
Now, 25 years after Shelton disappeared, investigators hope someone knows something that could finally bring this case to a close. The reward for information leading to a resolution has grown to $150,000.
It speaks to the seriousness of the incident itself. It speaks to the love and devotion that family has for Shelton.
If you have any information about Shelton Sanders' disappearance, contact the Richland County Sheriff's Department or submit a tip anonymously through Crime Stoppers. In studio, I'm Kara Daniel, Watch Fox News, Local First.
Thank you, Kara. Now in Kershaw County, search crews finding the body of a swimmer who vanished in Lake Wateree late yesterday. Several agencies were searching near Nautical Drive last night. This was a little after 6 after reports of a distressed person in the water. Kershaw County Fire Crews, EMS, and Camden Rescue Squad and DNR at the scene for hours. A DNR dive team finding that person's body. The coroner has not yet identified that swimmer or determined the cause of death here. We'll bring you the very latest once it's available. Of course, Watch Fox News will continue to push for the latest developments on that and everything we cover for you each and every day. And if you want real-time alerts sent right to your phone, all you have to do is download the Watch Fox News app, scan that QR code on your screen right now, or go straight to the website, WACH.com. All right, we're going to shift our focus to the weather department now. The weekend is officially here. Father's Day weekend,
Yes.
no less. And you have drawn up something good for Dad.
Yeah, it's a great forecast for Father's Day weekend. We might have a couple of isolated storms to deal with before we get there this afternoon, but honestly, it's not looking too good at this point in time. But we are pretty warm out there. We're at 91 here in Columbia. Feels more like 98 whenever you factor in that 71-degree dew point, but that is all going to come down as we head into tomorrow because this cold front right here, that is going to drop through over the next few hours, bringing us lower humidity and a little cool off as we head into tomorrow. Not really much of a cool off, but just a little bit by a few degrees. Here's that remnant low of what was once Tropical Storm Arthur a few days ago. That will continue to pull out of here, and that cold front again is going to come in right behind it, and that is going to bring us some lower humidity into tomorrow. Here's a couple of spotty showers across the upstate right now as that front is dropping in, but again, not looking like too much. I'm not really concerned about it here locally. We might see one or two little pop-up cells, but that's about it. Everything will start to clear out overnight tonight. We will stay a bit on the milder side in the upper 60s and low 70s overnight tonight. And then for this weekend, again, maybe a 1 or 2 degree cool off for your Saturday, but much lower humidity. Going to be an absolutely comfortable day. Carries over into Sunday, but a little bit more humidity might sneak in as we head into Father's Day. And by the afternoon and evening, might see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Not totally sold on that just yet, but there is certainly a chance. So we'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, coming up this weekend on Connect to the Capitol, we invite the Democratic nominee for governor to the studio. In last week's primary, State Rep Jermaine Johnson becoming just the second black man to earn that nomination. Now he's looking to make history again by becoming South Carolina's first ever black governor and first Democrat in that office in a generation. The Richland County Dem, though, says this isn't about black or white, Republican or Democrat even. What he's selling to voters are everyday problems that everyone wants solved.
We all want the same things. And the thing that has divided all of us are the social issues. We talk about these social things that we see on Fox News or CNN or the things that are coming out of the White House. We're not talking about the things that are making our lives better here in South Carolina. And I don't know a single Democrat, Republican, or Independent who does not want to have a better quality of life.
Now you can see that complete interview Sunday morning at 8:30 only on Connect to the Capitol here on Watch Fox. Now here's your Sunday morning news block here on Watch Fox 57. On Point with Cynthia Hardy airs every Sunday morning at 7. This weekend we talked to the family of Cyrus Carmack Belton and their push for justice after that not guilty verdict in the Rick Chow trial. That's followed by South Carolina's only 30-minute political show, Connect to the Capitol, every Sunday morning at 8:30. All of it capped off by Fox News Sunday at 9. And the polls are closed and the numbers are in. More than 72,000 votes cast in the early voting period ahead of Tuesday's primary runoff. Just 2 days of early voting this time around after an all-time record turnout during the early vote period before the June 9th primary. There are several races still in play in Tuesday's runoff, including the Republican runoff for governor and attorney general, among many others. Now today in Columbia, advocates, patients, caregivers, and community leaders from all across the state gathering at the State House for the first ever South Carolina Sickle Cell Day at the Capitol. South Carolina CBO Collective Caucus organizing that event to recognize both World Sickle Cell Day and Juneteenth. We want to talk about health care access, research, education, and support for people living with the condition. Folks hearing personal stories from people impacted by sickle cell and learning more about the challenges that a lot of patients face. The Be Strong Group, one of the participants here, a Columbia-based nonprofit founded in 2017, focused on educating people about sickle cell, supporting patients and caregivers, and promoting advocacy efforts through a number of programs, blood drives, and awareness campaigns.
South Carolina is on a positive path as far as providing sickle cell centers, but more funding is needed. more education, not only of our community, but our medical providers need more education on sickle cell disease so that they can understand how to properly care for somebody with sickle cell disease.
And ahead of the Miss South Carolina and Miss South Carolina teen competitions this week, in a local business helping make that competition happen. Our Berlice Pimentel looks at the fashion that goes into the show.
It's such a delight. I love working with all the young ladies, the teens, the Miss contestants. It's just such a great way for women to feel more empowered.
For more than 25 years, Joe Rowland has helped Miss South Carolina contestants look and feel their best as they prepare for competition week. The owner of Dazzles on Broad River Road in Columbia has served as an official sponsor of the Miss South Carolina competition since 2001, helping young women find the perfect look for one of the biggest moments of their lives. But she says the competition is about much more than what contestants wear on stage.
The Miss South Carolina pageant is a service organization, so you have to really give so much of yourself. The gowns are just like a side thing. They're what I call the frosting. You have to have it in here and be willing to have a servant's heart.
From picking the perfect gown to coordinating jewelry, shoes, and other details, Rowland works to create a look that helps each contestant feel confident when the spotlight is on.
How could this fit into the Miss South Carolina competition?
Oh my goodness, this would be perfect for evening gown. I mean, the design on you look tall, it matches your skin tone. Remember I was talking about the shimmer and the shine on the stage.
That's the kind of expertise Rowland has been giving for years, and says she allows contestants to borrow dresses, helping ensure young women can take the stage feeling confident without the financial burden of buying a dress.
The young ladies can pick from something that's more princess-like for a teen, something more sophisticated for a miss, but it needs to bring out their inner beauty because that's what needs to shine the most. It's not always necessarily the big thing to win, it's to grow. And if this pageant can help you grow as a young woman, then you've achieved your goal.
As contestants take the stage, Rowland hopes they leave with more than a title, gaining confidence, life skills, and a heart for service. In Columbia, Berlice Pimentel, Watch Fox News, Local First.
And after 3 nights of preliminary competition, the 25 delegates competing for the title of Miss South Carolina Teen 2026 return for the final night of competition tonight at the Township Auditorium. The new Miss South Carolina Teen will be crowned tonight. All of it starts at 7. Everyone in the competition is competing for $280,000 in scholarships. And right now during the summer, it is a crucial time for young people because when they're out of school, those school meals disappear, and that's when folks have to step in to help. So watch Fox 57 teaming up with Feeding America for the Sinclair Cares Summer Hunger Relief Program. We can help get fresh, nutritious meals to young children all summer long while they are out of class. If you'd like to get involved, here's how you do it. You scan that QR code on your screen right now. You can give to the cause, and it doesn't have to be a lot. $1. Every dollar provides up to 10 meals for families right here at home. The money stays local. And coming up tonight after the Sports Zone here on Watch Fox, here's what you can expect from the National News Desk with Dee Dee Gatton.
I'm Dee Dee Gatton with the National News Desk in Washington, D.C., and this is your news update.
The thing we're most excited about is the fact that so many Arkansas students are doing better now than they would have been doing pre-LEARNS legislation.
Arkansas Republican Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders says her state has had a major breakthrough in education since a 2023 law called the LEARNS Act took effect. That's according to Fox News. Sanders says proficiency rates have increased more than 7% across all grades and subjects. She says she hopes it will serve as a model for other states. Luigi Mangioni's lawyers say they won't claim he was suffering from an extreme emotional disturbance in his state murder trial in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. That's a reversal from their decision on Wednesday. It essentially would have been an admission of guilt, but could have led to less time in prison. Mangioni has pleaded not guilty to federal and state murder charges. The Obama Presidential Center in Chicago is now open as Americans celebrate Juneteenth. The center's nearly 20-acre campus includes a museum, a branch of the Chicago Public Library, an athletic center, and more. Juneteenth commemorates when Union troops came to Galveston, Texas in 1865 at the end of the Civil War, declaring the state's slaves were free with absolute equality. And that's your news update.
You can find out more and stay up to date on national headlines by watching the National News Desk right here on Fox 57, right after the Sports Zone.
Well, Tropical Storm Arthur has come and it is now gone. We can cross it off of our list of names. Our next name, if something were to develop here anytime soon, would be Bertha, followed by Cristobal, Dolly, Edward, Faye, and then Isaias down there as well. You all remember that storm from 2020 that skirted our coastline. But Tropical Storm Arthur impacted us yesterday. It brought us some scattered rain and thunderstorms ahead of that main line. And I took this picture here at the station as that initial round of rain was starting to work through about 7:15, 7:30ish. This was the storm that caused a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings across the Midlands and also has a bunch of reports of wind damage. I might be able to put a little tracker on some of these so that we can take a look at some of the reports that we had over there in Winnsboro. There was a tree reported down, 11 trees at that. One actually fell in a house, but luckily there was no injuries with that. We did have a 52-mile-per-hour wind gust here at the Columbia Metro Airport as that was coming through. And then let's do one more here up towards the Ridgeway area. There was a tree down near Boney Road in Blythewood. So that's in the Blythewood between Ridgeway area. So we did have some widespread reports of wind damage across the area, but that actually kind of absorbed a lot of the energy from that main round of rain that we were expecting. So here is that initial line that caused all those severe thunderstorms, used a lot of the instability. Then this main round that we were expecting just kind of fizzled out as it got here. So what we were dealing with overnight was pretty much just a couple pockets of heavy downpours, some scattered showers, and a clap of thunder here or there. And it was really nothing more than that. But as we head through the night tonight, we will continue to see maybe an isolated sprinkle as that cold front drops through. Clouds will start to clear out, and then we will see the temperatures hanging around in the upper 60s and low 70s for tonight as we head into Father's Day weekend. Again, absolutely beautiful for at least Saturday. Then as we head into your Sunday, some more humidity will start to build back in, so we might see a rumble of thunder during the afternoon or evening hours. But overall, I think most of Father's Day is also looking good to go. And also, if you want to do any fishing, looking good to go, especially for your Saturday. But again, as that humidity creeps back in, you might have to dodge an isolated shower or two for your Father's Day. But you might not want to go fishing on Father's Day unless you're taking him fishing. Maybe that's something that he likes to do. But we also have the Juneteenth Freedom Fest. That's tomorrow. Again, beautiful weather is expected for that. Low humidity behind that cold front, and temperatures will be approaching the 90-degree mark tomorrow afternoon. So a look at the radar. Again, an isolated shower this evening, not out of the question, but that clears out as that front drops to the south. We continue to see some cloud cover for the afternoon, but overall mainly dry and mainly quiet. As we head into Sunday, that front wants to sneak back up to the north. That increases humidity, and then maybe a few more isolated pop-up showers and thunderstorms will be possible for the afternoon hours. Otherwise, it's looking to be absolutely gorgeous for the entirety of the weekend. So take your dad and do something special outdoors. Maybe he wants to grill. That would be good to go. But again, as that humidity creeps back in, especially heading into early next week, I think that's when we'll find ourselves back in the more typical summertime pattern with more widespread chances of afternoon storms.
Thank you, Will. Well, communities all across this state celebrating Juneteenth, the holiday marking the end of slavery here in the U.S. From performances to educational tours, people coming together to reflect on the history of African Americans while celebrating African American culture. Nick Bass from our sister station in Charleston was there for one of the events in downtown Charleston.
Happy Juneteenth! The International African American Museum hosted its signature Juneteenth event, Joy, Juneteenth on the Yard. IAM's president and CEO Dr. Tanya Matthews says Juneteenth isn't just African American history, it's American history.
it reminds us that we are continually taking steps towards becoming a more perfect union.
Dr. Matthews says it helps us remember the significance of building community.
It's all of us together. This is what the culture is. Juneteenth is for everyone. We want to spread the joy, we want to spread the work, and we definitely want to have everyone come and celebrate with us.
And celebrating is what I saw.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Listen, it feels so free. It feels so amazing to be out here on such a freedom day with all my beautiful black people and black family, okay? Black excellence is what we're standing in front of right now.
People weren't only dancing and mingling outside. Inside the museum had its fair share of learners as well.
The scripture for the day is that where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. We're just thankful to be here and learn and be here for free as well.
And what would you say to viewers who missed out on this event?
And to anybody who missed out, and especially if you're black, I feel like don't miss next year, because this is a time and moment where you should be free.
Well, there are plenty of Juneteenth celebrations right here in the Midlands as well. Finley Park, it's happening 5 minutes from now. Jazz in the Park, 5:30 until 9:30 tonight. And then tomorrow, the 10th annual Juneteenth celebration includes a Freedom Fest and a parade. We have all that information for you for all those events, in fact, on our website. Just check this story out at wach.com. Now, coming up tonight on a late edition of the News at 10, after the World Cup, Meta reportedly lobbying Congress for protection from lawsuits over content on its platforms. In exchange, Meta would publicly back the Kids Online Safety Act that is working its way through Congress right now. More on this tonight on that late edition of the News at 10 after soccer. Well, several cities will take part in America's Block Party, celebrating this country's 250th anniversary. Queen Latifah is host a massive benefit concert on the 4th of July in L.A. Chris Stapleton and the Smashing Pumpkins set to hit the stage. Additional performers will be announced at a later date. The multi-city event, planned by nonpartisan group America 250. Tickets went on sale Tuesday for $17.76. See what they're doing there?
I do, yeah.
5,000 tickets will be given away to first responders, veterans, and active service members who certainly deserve it.
That's awesome and very clever, 1776.
Yeah, good price too.
Yeah, that is, yeah. Well, final check of your forecast again this Father's Day weekend. Overall, looking absolutely beautiful. I think both Saturday and Sunday feature a lot of sunshine with some clouds mixing through. But as we head into Sunday, late afternoon, early evening, some humidity will start to build back in. That could bring us an isolated shower or thunderstorm. But overall, I think Sunday is mainly dry. It isn't until early next week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's when I really bump up those chances of rain to around 40%. It looks like the more typical summertime feel comes back, high humidity and seasonable temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s generally all through next weekend into next weekend.
All right, I think I like what I'm seeing there, until Monday.
Yeah, you know.
Until Monday, it's looking good.
We knew it was coming back, though.
But typical southern summer pattern coming at us.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh well. You gave Dad a good weekend.
Yes, that's the good news.
I know your dad's happy about that. So make sure you grill him something. He will.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right, thanks for joining us for this digital News at 5. We'll see you again a little later tonight after World Cup for the News at 10.
This is my